This video abstract will deal with a study titled Factors Influencing Adult Learners' Decision to Drop Out or Persist in Online Learning. It was conducted in 2009 by Park and Hee-Jun. So the research background is that the study explores individual factors that can predict whether adult students drop out or stick with online courses or programs. The study is very relevant because persistence in online courses continues to be an issue. The enrollment in online courses has grown by leaps and bounds in the last 20 years. However, there still continues to be a problem with students dropping the courses, and the researchers hypothesize that that's because of the increased anonymity that's associated with online courses and just the lack of face-to-face interaction with an instructor or other students. It's just easier to drop the course when you don't have any, real connections to other learners or the teacher. So what they did was they solicited responses via email. They sent out 234 emails and got 147 back. So those are the 147 participants chosen from a random group of learners at a large Midwestern university. Each one of these learners had either completed or dropped out of one online course from the years 2005 to 2007. And the quantitative data was gathered through a series of subject interviews, and Likert scales and other non-open-ended questions were asked of these learners in order to compile the data. And some of the ideas that the researchers had about factors that may influence persistence in online courses included individual factors such as age and gender and education level, as well as family and organizational support. But they also considered internal factors like satisfaction and relevance. Did the learner find that the material was relevant to their lives, to their jobs, to their future jobs? Those are all things that the researchers figured would be important in determining whether or not a student drops a course or continues with the course. What they learned is that there was a statistical difference in perceptions of family and organizational support throughout the random sample. And individual characteristics accompanied with a student's perception of support from family, friends, and the school themselves were large indicators of whether or not a student would drop out. So another major factor which influenced whether or not a student persisted with a course was course satisfaction. So lack of support from family, friends, and the organization combined with low course satisfaction was leading to the highest rates of course abandonment within this study. And really what they found was that a theoretical framework, which is a student's theoretical framework, is their family support, organizational support, satisfaction, and relevance, paired with individual characteristics like organization and time management, can definitely predict dropout or completion in terms of online courses. So one of the biggest takeaways that we can give from this study is that organizations need to make sure they're supporting online learners. Students can't feel like they're on their own in these online courses. So whether or not it comes from the instructors or from other students or from the university itself, there needs to be a feeling of connectivity and support from organizations. And also students that are supported by family and friends tend to succeed a little bit more too. So the practical applications is that it's not just your own individual characteristics such as time management and organization, but social supports around you and support from a university or another organization can really impact how a student performs in online courses. It's also very important as an instructor or instructional designer to consider that the content you're providing in online courses is relevant, it's interesting, and it's going to hold the learner's attention. So this study really is relevant to online learners, potential online learners, and online course instructors so that they can kind of gauge and customize their courses to make sure that students stick with it, persist, and end up completing the course or the online program.